So, lads, today the Aces have just gotten rid of a player. And look, is it something that makes any difference for the Aces? No. No, it's not. Like, it's Joyner Holmes. Joyner Holmes is a player that, like, I don't even know what she does, to be honest. Like, it's one of those, like, add in the, what do they even do meme, the DJ Khaled meme. Like, I have no idea what Joyner Holmes does. But, like, we are watching in real time teams being like, you know what, we need to, we need to improve, we need to get better, and cutting players. And the Indiana Fever, I just don't understand the persistence with a player that is probably up there with the worst players in the league. Look, if we still employed Alyssa Smith, I'd have this issue as well. But, like, for me, there's just no rhyme or reason to, like, the Indiana Fever continuing to employ Bree Turner. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, Bree Turner is the only player that is doing as badly as she is while on an unprotected deal on a team that, like, absolutely needs a little bit more backup. Because, let's be honest, the Indiana Fever right now have 11 players, and 2 of them are injured, and one of them's Bree Turner. The Indiana Fever have 8 players. Like, I understand, again, you can win a couple of games, which they have with 8 players. Timpson. Michaela Timpson has been great. She's been great recently. But at the same time, like, even though I can understand that you can win a game with 8 players, you can't. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, the Fever are 1 injury away from just being obliterated. And, like, when I was talking about Liz Kitley in the video, I was like, look, I think Liz Kitley's not particularly fast. I don't know, like, she has the ability to shoot the mid-range a bit better. And, like, Liz Kitley, in the one game where she got real minutes, like, she's a legit shot blocker. But again, Liz Kitley's kind of an end-of-the-bench player. She would be. And the Indiana Fever just need someone on the end of the bench that can bring something. Like, Bree Turner looks like somebody who's just started playing basketball last week. Like, if you look at Bree Turner, just the way everything is, like, the team needs, like, Dantas I know is coming back, but the team still need to replace DeWanna Bonner. And I understand they can do that with a 12th roster spot. But, like, who are they looking for? Is it Emma or nothing? If it's Emma or nothing, and they're holding out on everything, then fine. But there's no way that Bree Turner is going to be a deciding factor on whether Emma Messiman does or does not come over to the Fever. She's not going to be a deciding factor. So for me, I'm like, you're looking at it, and it's like the Indiana Fever have a real good core 8 players. Or 9 players if you want to include Dantas. Actually, no. You know what? They probably have a decent 10 with Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Coulson does her job. Coulson can play her role. She can play her role. She can do her job. Is Coulson going to give you more than 10 points probably in a single game this year? No. But can Coulson give you 8 good minutes of basketball? Yeah. So, Coulson plays her role. Bree Turner does nothing. And, like, you don't need to have a 12-player rotation. But what you need is 12 players that can give you something. And look, if they're all in on Emma Messiman, then that's fine. That's fine. Like, look, Emma Messiman is just a slightly better version of Aaliyah Boston. Like, you bring her in, and the team instantly becomes in those 2, like, them, the Liberty, and the Lynx, depending on how John Quell comes back from her injury, they become one of they're like the 3 legit contenders. Nobody else is a contender other than that. But right now, for me, it's the Liberty and the Lynx. With Liberty getting Leo Phoebish back. Like, the Liberty haven't lost a game with Leo Phoebish, and they have not been held within single digits, if I'm not mistaken, in a single game that Fever has played minutes. Like against the Fever, she got hurt in the first quarter when the Fever ran them close. Like Fever is like the glue to that team, so like they are serious contenders. But at the end of the day, like this Indiana Fever team, they are like that one piece. And obviously, I do think they're 12th player. They have the money for a 12th player. They're not going to go with 11. But like, I just don't see the purpose in, even if it turns out that, you know what, we're waiting on Emma, and if we sign Emma, we're good. Like, the team still needs that dynamic wing. Like Valu Ayayi, even you can probably convert Mariano Ortiz to a wing. You can play her there. Like there's so many players that you can play. You can look again. You can be looking at AmeriCup, seeing what's happening. The problem is a lot of people are talking about Chloe Bibby. The problem with Chloe Bibby would be perfect. The problem with Chloe Bibby is that she's going to Asia Cup in Australia. Chloe Bibby would be absolutely perfect for the Fever signing her for the rest of the year. And like, I wouldn't mind the Fever doing that. Maybe the Fever were banking on the Valkyries getting rid of Amiher, but they didn't. I don't think Kiara Linskins is the right option because I think we're okay at that backup five. I think Dantas does the job there, and we don't need another slow center. I would take Kiara Linskins. Would I take her over Dantas? Probably not. But like, I think it's going to be tough for Dantas to get any major minutes just because of what Timpson's been doing. But yeah, at the end of the day, look, it's a situation where the Indiana Fever have been reactive rather than proactive, the front office. And look, KK Timpson was a great draft pick, and Aria McDonald, like, you want to give them credit for Aria McDonald, but like, Aria McDonald was the quote unquote like no-brainer hardship player. When they said they were getting a hardship player, most news outlets were like the best player available is Aria McDonald, and I agreed with that. I didn't think Aria McDonald could fit beside Kelsey Mitchell. Like that was like my opinion on it, and I was wrong with that. I was very wrong. Like I said it at the start of the year that like you saw from videos on the channel, I thought the Fever should have cut Coulson for Aria McDonald early on in the year. But then I said, you know what? I don't think Ari's a good replacement for Caitlin just because of the size difference and just how much bigger Caitlin Clark is. But at the end of the day, it was a fantastic move. But it was a no-brainer move. Like, they've not thought outside the box. And there are players in the States. There are players stateside. There are players overseas. There are players everywhere that the Fever can bring in that are much better than Bree Turner. They just, for some reason, will not cut her. I don't know why. I genuinely, like, I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know why they're persisting with it. Maybe she is the literal locker room glue that's kept the team together. And if she is, that will come out soon. And players will obviously be talking about that, and we can talk about it later on in the year. But if she is a locker room glue and, you know, she's keep holding the locker room together, then fire her and rehire her as an assistant coach. Like, if that is the case, fire her and rehire her as an assistant coach. There's no reason for Bree Turner to be on this roster.